What's up, guys? Big Money Meni is back. We are live and we have a new look. Thank you all for being here today. So blessed to be back online with you guys. And let me turn this down a little bit. All right, this should be fine. Yes. All right, guys, we are back. And this is the 25 Biblical Laws of Success, the Big Money Meni Book Club. We are back, and yes, the computer is running, and got some new software. Trying out StreamYard. So far, it's looking great. I'm very pleased with it. Cost some money, but if you want to do something big, you got to invest your money. You got to pay the right bills, right? So, very glad to have my computer back. Is definitely helping out with a lot of things I got to take care of throughout the day. Definitely, computer is a very essential tool in business. I was doing it with just the phone and tablet for a while, but glad it's back. Thank God for technology that I'm able to reach out to you guys and share with you guys this awesome information that we're going to cover today. We are at chapter 24, down the last stretch. This is the home stretch, guys. We're going to finish this book in less than a week. And as a matter of fact, I might start doing double chapters a day, double up on this to get it done so we can move on to another project, get into another book. And with StreamYard, I mean, it looks a lot better. And, I'm just pleased with it. I got some plans for this thing. So we're going to definitely make some awesome videos to share with you guys. And, just to help you out. Again, the purpose of this channel is to empower you, to teach you some awesome lessons about business, about life, about self-improvement, and just to help you get better. I mean, reading has been a major part of my life for the past couple of years, and it's been introduced back to me through my business because, most people haven't read a book since high school. But here, it's, I'm here to tell you that there are many blessings right here in these books, and each book is like the brain of that author, and you get to tap into that brain and consume that knowledge, that wisdom. So it's exciting. You got to be excited about it, right? Because we're gonna get better. We're gonna get better, and the better you are, the more you can do, the more you'll have. And just truly blessed to be here with you today. I hope you are doing well as things wind down out there from this crazy pandemic. Well, hopefully it's winding down. I just want to say that, if you have any prayer requests, send them my way. I will be more than happy to pray for them. And, I hope you're doing well. Hope mentally you're doing fine. I know a lot of people are going crazy right now, but we're going to be good. God is good, guys. Now, let's get into this. This is chapter 24, and 24 is the Law of Employability. And I thought of first thing that came to my mind was employability, just having the right skills so that you can get the job that you want, right? But we're going to go a little more into depth about it. And of course, there's many Bible verses that Douglas and Texiera are going to bring forward to us to help us get better here in this area. All right. So always starting off with a Bible verse. We start off in Proverbs chapter 26. Check this out, guys. Proverbs chapter 20, verse 6. Many claim to have unfailing love, but a faithful person who can find? That's awesome. All right. So far in this book, you have gotten to know several biblical laws that bring success. When you follow their guidance, you will be obeying the law of employability. This is a system of behavior whose hallmark is balance. The texts in the Bible are intimately linked, and this law, at the end of the day, is a review of the attitudes and behaviors defended by all the laws already mentioned. It can also be called the Law of Aggregation. So the Law of Aggregation, I don't know if that's a actual chapter that he's going to be covering. Of one of the chapters are named aggregation. But what I think about it is when you lay concrete. Concrete is made of different components. It's not just a piece of clay that solidifies, it becomes your concrete. There's different parts to it, right? I think there's sand and there's clay and uh, the clay. Well, the clay is the cement part of it, but there's aggregate in it, right? So there's rocks in there. If you lay concrete, if you've done construction, you know what I'm talking about. There's different kinds of concrete. There's some with concrete with no rocks in it. There's some with large rocks, and there's some with tiny little pebbles, little stones, depending on what do you want. But it pretty much um, it will the aggregate inside the mix will give you a different finish and a different sort of product at the end. It'll determine how strong your concrete is going to be, if it breaks a lot, if it's affected, by water, and by what level, by what measure, so. And if you're probably, a construction worker, you're probably like, he's wrong, but all good. Aggregate, right? So pretty much it's a driving factor in it, right? So success is the result of a combination of recognizably valuable attributes that are universally applicable, no matter your job or position. That's awesome. So success is a result of the combination of valuable attributes that you have, right? So there's not just one thing that's going to get you success, right? There's a lot of, like, right now I'm really getting into this podcasting and becoming a YouTuber and being a voice of influence in the world, sort of like Steven Crowder, who I love to listen to. Rush Limbaugh, who just passed away. Rest in peace, Rush Limbaugh. Part of the inspiration of why I'm choosing to go the route that I am and reaching out to people through my voice, right, and projecting to the world out there and all ears that are willing to learn. But it says that success here is a result of a combination of values, and so I liken to that how a lot of people are in social media, and you might see channels that just sprout up out of nowhere through one video that maybe went viral, and from that they gain a lot of followers. But it's over what we're hearing here is this is not going to be one thing that's going to gain you success. Okay, so even like a restaurant, if you're in the restaurant industry, maybe there's a dish that brings success and a following with it to a restaurant, right? And it becomes the new big thing, right? There's fads everywhere, the stuffed churros or the ice cream on cookie with the Cookie Monster flavors or whatever. People will flock to those places, right? But eventually people get tired of it and success goes down. And next you know, you're dumbfounded why places shut down. Like, there's an ice cream parlor that was right here by Knott's Berry Farm, and they're no longer there, right? They just built a new one right there. I think the other one was in Brea. I forgot the name of it, but it was packed. Every day you see crowds in front of that place, the parking lot filled. But it's, what can you do? You got to have multiple things going for you, to maintain that success. So it's a combination of recognizably valuable attributes that are universally applicable, no matter your job or your position. And it is not by mistake that those attributes and characteristics are strongly recommended in the Bible. All right, so when we talk about how the Bible covers skills to use in business and in life, this chapter right here has got loads of it. But check this out. The labor market is always in search of those who are, and we're going to list a couple of attributes that the market is looking for: hard workers, competent, honest, pleasant, loyal and reliable, determined and persistent, patient, humble, team players, resilient. Out of all these, the first three qualities on the list are the most essential. In order to be a good business partner, life partner, boss, employee, or a freelancer, you need all three of these, which are hard work, competence, and honesty. Warren Buffett mentions these first three characteristics using respectively the terms energy, intelligence, and integrity. We talked about this in a previous chapter. I believe it was chapter 9. These three right here, these three components are the most important thing out of every job out there, every position, every title that is vacant, that needs to be fulfilled. There are three main components that all employers are looking for, and this is across the surveys across the board. Employers are looking for hard work, competency, and honesty. Right. So each of these three have a word that Warren Buffett chooses to use in place of those three words, and we're going to break them down. So for hard work, we're looking for energy, being devoted to your work, right? For competence, we're looking for intelligence, competence, knowledge, skills, being competent. And for integrity, we're looking for honesty, just being honest. One detail that shouldn't escape our attention is that the three qualities have to coexist. There's no use in a professional who is Right, who is. And so before we go into these examples, what it's saying is out of those three, you gotta have all of them. You can't just have two of the three or one of the three. You gotta have them all to be the most successful person, for them to work together. Right? It says you gotta be. It says that a good professional cannot be honest, but then they are lazy and incompetent. They cannot be a hard worker, but yet they are incompetent or dishonest. And they cannot be competent, but yet they are lazy and dishonest. You gotta have the three. If you combine, if you combine the three, honesty, competence, and hard work. I had to throw my words up there. So, if you combine the three, honesty, competency, and hard work, then you are guaranteed to have a job. If you lose this job, you will easily replace it. I remember I went through a phase like that where it was 1 year and I probably worked like 4 or 5 jobs. I would lose one due to whatever, but because I was these three, and I was a hard worker, I was competent, I was honest, I knew what I was doing, I was great at my job. I would pick up another one quick. You know, if you let's see, if you will replace one right away. If your career is not on the right track, think about what changes you need to make to set things right. Great question to those of you out there who are stuck at a dead end job. If your career is not on the right track, if your job is not giving you the lifestyle that you seek after, if your job is just there to pay the bills, but it's not giving you satisfaction, it's not giving you the time that you want with your family, you got to rethink things. And you need to ask yourself, what can I do to reposition myself? What changes do I need to make to set things right? All right. The other 7 attributes are important, but depending on the circumstances, the absence of one of them may not be an issue. Depending on your job, they will all, however, help build up the top professional. All right. So we talk about the 10 attributes that we listed. You don't need all of them. You can be great with if you lost one of those other 7 outside of hardworking and competent and honest, but all of them together make the perfect employee. Right? We're talking about employability, or business owner. Right? It applies to business owners as well. Right? Don't When we talk about the employability, don't count yourself out if you are a business owner, if you run a shop online, or if you actually have a physical location. Any one of these 3 essential qualities and a good mix of the other 7 will be ripe for job offers, partnerships, and investments. Success is a consequence, not a goal. A consequence. Success is a consequence, not a goal. That is a tweetable quote right there. It happens because the market values and demands those characteristics, no matter to what profession they are applied. Another highly valued attribute is leadership. We didn't even mention leadership in those top 10 attributes, but a person who has a good combination of the 10 characteristics discussed tends to be a natural leader. That's why. Leadership was not in the 10 attributes that were listed earlier in the chapter that we just read, but it's because he says when you have a great combination, again, you don't have to have all of them. You have to have the main three, and then you can have a combination of the other 10, right? I'll cover them real quick so you don't have to rewind. Pleasant, loyal and reliable, determined and persistent, patient, humble, team player, resilient. When you have the top three, right? Hardworking, competent, and honest, and then you have a good combination of the other 7, you are a natural leader. Therefore, we didn't have to list leadership in the top 10. That makes perfect sense. As we said earlier, a company will not hire because of your needs, but because of its own needs. Therefore, you must be indispensable to the company. People become indispensable as a result of personal attributes or a combination of factors that can be achieved with study, training, and integrity. In any case, what makes the most difference in the world is the sum of your attributes. Have you noticed how some people are not good looking, yet are still considered attractive or become popular? Good question. They may not be good looking, but they're still considered attractive or popular. This is due to a combination of their characteristics. Many film directors who have never won an Oscar win the Academy Award for Lifetime Achievement based on the sum of their work. Generally speaking, a single characteristic, however spectacular, will not guarantee success. You need a number of secondary attributes to make a statement, even if you do not excel at them. That's uh, that's great statement. Same thing like in sports. There's a lot of great players out there who are known, to be winners and popular in their sport. They may not be the hardest hitter in a boxing match, right? Or in boxing, or maybe they're not the fastest runner in football, whatever. But there's athletes out there that still achieve greatness and are still popular in the sport, even though they're not the top runner or they can make the most 3 points or whatever, but because they're well balanced in other attributes, right? Dennis Rodman, right? They're still known and very popular in their respective sport. So, to some of their work, right? Because of their secondary attributes, to make a statement, even if you do not excel at them. That's huge. I'd rather have an employee who can handle any position I put him at. Now, of course, I'm gonna need some superstars, right, who are great in sales, and I need someone who's a great leader, right, to be a manager. I need somebody who can manage the team properly, even when in my absence. But I also need people who I can depend on, to where if I place them in any position, they will thrive. Every human being has qualities and flaws, but we will be loved and hated depending on the sum of our parts. That's why it's important. That's why the important thing is to have an overall positive combination of attributes. Some people focus on working on their weaknesses while others focus on their strengths. Whatever your strategy, take care of the whole person. It's not easy, but the rewards are many and long lasting. Now, reading the next topic in this chapter is combination of management practices, and we have a couple Bible verses here. First off, Ephesians chapter 4 verses 1 and 2. Live a life worthy of calling you have live a life worthy of the calling you have received. Be completely humble and gentle. Be patient, bearing with one another in love. Right? Ephesians chapter 4 verse 1 and 2. The law of employability suggests this, that you should have a wide range of qualities, a combination of virtues, and principles that will enhance your career opportunities. The law of employability can also be applied to managing a business, right? Like I mentioned earlier. Every entrepreneur or manager can evaluate his business using the Bible as a compass that validates his plans and actions. The Bible has multidisciplinary approach has a multidisciplinary approach, and although it is not organized systematically, because that it is not the purpose of Scripture, right? Let me read that again. The Bible has a multidisciplinary approach, and although it is not organized systematically, because that is not the purpose of the Scripture, it brings clarity regarding a number of good practices. The Bible doesn't use today's professional terminology, but it addresses modern concepts such as stopless and investing concept on interrupting losses. Okay, so pretty much it's saying that the Bible can be used to apply to success today, right? Into our professional world today, right? So, um, even though the terminology is different, right? It uses different words, right? Like stopless, and invent, and it was as such as stopless and investing concept on interrupting losses. All right, but let's read here from the book of Second John chapter 1 verse 8. It says, "Watch out that you do not lose what you have worked for, but that you may be rewarded fully." Watch out that you do not lose what you have worked for, but you may be rewarded fully. Awesome. The concept of cash flow is mentioned also in Luke chapter 14, verse 28, right? And it says here, for which of you intending to build a tower sitteth not down first and counted the cost, whether we have sufficient to finish it, right? It says here, suppose one of you wants to build a tower. Won't you first sit down and estimate the cost to see if you have enough money to complete it? These are just a couple examples, right? If you want to study further, analyze the passages below. Now, we have 2 pages of Bible verses listed, right, to teach you, skills to help people out, right, and to make sure that you can get the job done. Well, no matter what industry, no matter what position, what level, right, you are going to do great through what the Bible has to teach you. And in here, there's lists of Bible verses for planning, for managing people, for personal management, for management values. And I'm not going to sit here and list them all, but they do help some awesome things that you can cover, like logistics, legal issues. I didn't know, we would cover all of this in the Bible. Stopless. I guess stopless is the way that is said in the Bible, but maybe that means, to be consistent. Do not harm your neighbor, solidarity, generosity. Do they understand what to do? Communication, connectivity, self-care, humbleness, respect authority, passion, discipline, accept warnings, sharing results, willing to invest. So I'm gonna list these as a post to my Big Money page. If you haven't subscribed to the Big Money page on Facebook, please subscribe to it. Also David Meni on YouTube, but that name is going to be changing as I'm going to be changing up the content that I provide in those channels. And so the Big Money Meni page is for business. It's for self-improvement. I'm gonna go ahead and take a photo of these lists, and I'm gonna post them on there for you all. But I'm not gonna sit here and read it all to you. But awesome list here. I'm excited to go through it. All right, give me 1 second, guys. All right, next topic is luck. And here in luck, we're also going to start off with a Bible verse, Proverbs chapter 18, verse 18 says, casting a lot settles disputes and keeps strong opponents apart. Right? So King Solomon says that luck in the proverb that opens this section. This reminds us that sometimes when competitors, such as athletes, teams, or companies, have a similar skill level, luck can be what tips the scale. In any kind of scenario, we can do what we can do is be prepared, do our best, and see what happens. Casting the lot settles disputes and keeps strong opponents apart. Chapter 18 of Proverbs. All right. If we win, we can celebrate our victory and honor our opponents. If we lose, we can try to be even more prepared the next time. And even if we have done our part, we can hope for luck to shine on us. So it's saying here now, uh, luck may exist. I'm not a big believer of it. I'm not going to sit here and wait for luck to happen so that I can be successful. But like my coaches teach me that the harder you work, the luckier you get, right? But it's saying here that even when it comes to luck, there will be some people that they strike lucky in business and whatever industry, and good for them. We're not going to hate on them. Right? We're not going to hate on them. And what it's saying is, if luck strikes our way too, then we're blessed. Be honored and receive it. There's you got to learn how to receive God's gifts when they come across your path like that. But it says what we're going to do to combat with it when our opponent gets lucky is we're going to prepare ourselves more and more. Keep getting better. Keep reading. Keep studying, right? Study whatever it is that you're looking to get into. Study the material. Get to prepare yourself. So that way you align yourself up with success, because it is the accumulation of your hard work. It is a process. It is a consequence. It is not it's not just a draw of the hat, right? It's not just going to fall on your lap one day, or maybe it's your turn to get the blessing, right? It doesn't work like that. It is an accumulation of your works. It is a consequence of your actions, right? And so what we need to do, and this is again more proof that we got to stay reading, right? Read the Word of God. Read any book that'll help you get better, that'll teach you something that you haven't known so far, or maybe just add on top of what you already know. But what it's saying here is that we got to keep adding more to these skills that we have, to these attributes, to become the best employer or the best employee, the best business owner we can possibly be, right? And so luck may be a thing, but don't wait on it. Don't depend on it, because of your works. Well, like I said, how my coaches said, the more you work, the harder you work, the luckier you get, all right? And it says here, the last quote by Abraham Lincoln, I think I have it here. Actions speak louder than words. We've all heard that before, but I bet you didn't know that was Abraham Lincoln that said that. Actions speak louder than words, right? We say that every day. Don't people say that every day? Don't you hear that all the time on TV? But because you read a book, right, which is an action, now you are more prepared, and now you can share that with somebody else. You see how this works? The better you get, the more useful you are, the more employable you are. This is the law of employability, guys. Please comment, subscribe, like the page, share the page. If there's anybody that you know that needs to get better, that needs to add more skill to their repertoire to make themselves more employable, to be a better person, to be a better whatever position that they have, this right here will help them. So send them to my page as we get better. I'm here to get better myself, but to do it publicly so that you all can get better with me. You see how that works? And so also we're looking to promote our page. We're here to pray for everybody. We're also going to be, just teaching, here and there from the Bible, whatever comes to my heart, whatever comes to me and I feel like I need to share. Feel free to post on this page to grow this page. Look, we're going to blow this thing up. Okay, let me tell you the vision that I have for this page. We are going to blow this thing up. All right, we started off about a month ago with no subscribers and got to a couple hundred. And I'm looking to take this to a couple $100,000 within the year. And I've been told that it takes many years to do this, but because we bring value to the table, I'm looking to do it faster than that, maybe in a quarter of the time. And I'm gonna do that by by staying consistent. I apologize for missing a couple of days. The computer is back now, so I have to figure out what programs I'm going to use. I want to do something a little different than what we already had, which was Zoom. And so far, StreamYard is doing pretty good. Costs more money, but hey, I'm here to invest into me so I can invest into you. Get better myself so I can better you. All right. And if we keep doing it, if we can do something like that, maybe it's not in reading a book, but maybe it's something else that you can do to help make someone else better, to help grow someone else and grow yourself. Look, here's what's going to happen. The end result of it all is we are all going to win. I'm here to win, guys. And I want to see you winning in your life, in your marriages, in your parenthood, in your relationships. And I just want to see you guys get better. I want to see us all. I want to see all of us get better. Right? God bless you all. And look out for the next one. I might do another one tonight. Maybe it's just going to be tomorrow afternoon. But either way, whatever you guys want to comment to help me out here, any suggestions, or anything you want to put it up on here. And love God, love everyone else. Y'all have a good night.